What's up, world? I go by the name of DJ Ollie Red, and we are live on the first episode of the All Things House podcast, where we discuss the nature of house music, where it's going, the directions, from fashion, everything involved. Tonight, I got a very special guest, my homeboy. We know each other for a couple years now, DJ together. PT. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, dude?
What's up, man? What's up? What's up?
Thanks for having me.
Of course, bro. Yo, I'm happy that you're here with me right now to experience this first podcast.
Yeah, it's cool. This is the grassroots right here.
Grassroots, man. Definitely, man.
We be starting from the bottom, but now we here.
Definitely, dog. This is definitely a long time coming, man. But I'm excited that we're finally getting to start. And like I said, man, let's get this fucking ball rolling, man. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Definitely. So, San Diego. When did you get in San Diego?
Shit. We're talking, originally I moved down here for art school when I was 19.
Okay.
Stayed here for 2 years. Did the leave, not finish. Went out to Reno for almost half a decade.
Okay.
Did the Burning Man seat out there, and then made my way back 7, 8 years ago now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So one thing I didn't mention that we should have mentioned from the first time is PT right here. He is a DJ and producer. You want to give a little light on how you began both?
Okay, so it's kind of a weird story. So when I moved back out here, I was finishing up school.
Okay.
I met my homie Miguel, who I produce with, Miguel Rios. Big shouts.
Big shout to man right there.
And so we were chilling. And I had the aspirations already to DJ, and when I came back here, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to design school. I'm gonna finish up design school. I'm gonna start DJing, like every designer thinks they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. And he was like, yo, I make music. Like, what do you like? And I was like, oh, I like house. And he was like, all right, well, I like house too. So let's make some shit. Start hanging out. Hung out in the studio for God knows how long.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years, just banging our heads up against the wall.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to get stuff like signed to some serious labels, making some good steps forward. And
There
shit.
we go. So we'll get back to the production part in a second. DJing wise, San Diego, the culture right now. Where do you see it going? Actually, no. We'll start from the beginning. When it first started out to compare now, what's the difference? What's some similarities?
So when I moved here it was 2 years into me moving here was the first Crossed. And
okay.
Crossed,
what year was that?
We're the 5th year Crossed now, so that was 5 years ago. What's that?
Okay.
Like 2015, I think was the first year.
Okay.
So we're talking.
Time out.
Yeah.
We don't fact check things on here too. So if we say 2015, 2015.
Yeah, it could have been 16. It could have been 14. It might have been 13. Fuck if I know. I stopped going to that shit like 3 years ago, so I don't even know anymore.
Whoa. I still want to go there and DJ. So
I still want to DJ for y'all, but I haven't been in a minute. I'm not gonna lie, I just haven't been in a minute. But Cross coming into town, really like just pushed everything forward. I mean, we were already doing the underground thing, the deep end, soul on beat. I'm sure I'm missing others, but I mean. These things were already out there, and now it just got brought to the forefront. You know, the tech house revolution in America right now is real.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's cool seeing, you know, what people are liking, what people are into. Just lots of people partying, having fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, man, for sure. Definitely, I moved here in 2016. So it'll be 3 years coming here in December. Okay. So the house scene, since I got here and now, it's definitely become more housey, but I think that's because the places I was partying at and going out. So when I first got here, it was all tech house, and over the year and a half since me and you met, it's definitely transitioning into more of all house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I got here, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to all the Desert Heart parties. I'm gonna do all the things tech house, and because that was what was out there, what I knew, and thank God that San Diego has this dope underground scene, because definitely. I mean, we go see DJ Sneak once a year. Yeah. We go see Doc Martin, rest in peace, Lilia. But Doc Martin, we see him every quarter, if not more. Like it's just that's just what it is. Like we get a dope underground scene here, and I didn't know about it until I don't know, maybe 2 years into moving back.
Yeah.
And I've been in it a good 5 years now. And so it's dope. It's definitely a growing scene. It's emerging. There's a lot of good producers in town. A lot of different dudes doing different stuff in town too, which is the cool part.
Definitely. I definitely I can definitely agree with that. The whole underground scene, is really dope right now, man. They throw some good parties, like you said, the Deep End, Oscar P. Shout out to him.
Open Bar Records. You gave me my first shot, man. I respect that.
Definitely.
Me and Miguel, my first single with Miguel was on Heavy.
Okay.
And that was almost. I think it just came out in my feed like a month ago. It was 2 years to like a month ago, so it's just over 2 years now.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of a good, leading into the production side of the house. So you did the DJing for a little while, and then you kind of started with the production, and that's how you like met Miguel, you said, right? So can you talk about how that whole process started, about meeting Miguel, and then just the basics,
Yeah. So I was going to art school, and I was hanging with my homegirl Jen a lot. She was like, "Yo, you like this music? You clearly listen to it a lot," because I was listening to it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, "Why aren't you DJing? Like, why don't you just get out there?" And I was like, "This is about the same time I was meeting Miguel." Miguel was like, "Yeah, dude, start DJing. Like, you got to start somewhere."
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in Reno before this, I was already kind of like learning how to DJ from friends, in their room and shit.
Yeah.
Getting touches on CDJs when I could.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that for about a year. That was about when I first met Miguel, about 4 years ago. And then at that point, I was like, okay, I could either keep grinding really hard at this, or I could step into the studio, start making music, see where that goes. And I can always fall back on being a local DJ. I can always fall back on going back into the scene. Not that it's easy, but like I can clearly DJ, so I can go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my time. We went in the studio, started making stuff. I went home on a Christmas break, and I made a mashup of these 2 tracks. And I couldn't even tell you the name of the tracks anymore. It was so long. I mean, 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But I brought it to Miguel, and I was like, "Yo, this is cool. This is a good idea for a track." And he was like, "Yo, this is cool. Let's make it." And I was like, "Okay, well, here are the tracks." He was like, No, we're gonna make it from scratch."
Oh, okay.
And we sat on that thing for like 4 months, just like going at it.
Okay.
And it didn't go anywhere. I think it still might be sitting on my SoundCloud somewhere in the cuts. But but yeah, no, it's crazy because like that was where it started, and now we step into the studio, and it's like, all right, Miguel's on deck on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for whatever sound he's laying into whatever TR8 and everything, and I'm getting ready to program whatever. And
okay.
So we got a whole system now. It's moving forward. We're making music at a faster pace than ever.
Okay.
And so it's interesting in that sense that like it started from like literally I was making a mashup to now it's like we step in and we like actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Definitely. That's dope, man. So explain to the audience kind of the dynamic, like who brings what type of flavor to each track, because you guys just released the EP, correct?
Yeah. So by the time this airs, we'll have our Late Night Jackin EP out.
Okay.
With shouts to Matthew Bryan on the remix.
There we go.
House Music Fridays. Matthew Bryan, if you're ever in San Diego, check out the AC Lounge on Friday nights.
There we go.
It's always banging. We got him on the remix. Late Night Jackin, Paul and Alex, and they've been dope. They brought me and you out to TJ a couple months ago. Like,
it was fire.
They're taking care of the youth, like, which is dope. And so we'll have something out on Late Night Jackin by the time this airs.
Okay.
And we'll also have our Smashing Traxx EP out by them, and we'll also have a new Plastik People EP out. It's gonna be super dope. If you're into garage, check this track out. Like, it's not a garage track. We sent Mark Contrell a house track, and he was like, "Yo, I dig this. I really dig this. I want to remix it." And we were like, "Bar Control's gonna remix our shit." And I was like, "Oh my god,
fire!"
Because we already set up some stuff before. We put out an EP with them on his label and on Indeed Records, his sub label, and yeah. So this time around, he was like, "Yo, I want to remix this," and we were just like blown away. We're like, "This is gonna be tight." Like it was one of the tracks we were sitting on for a minute. We were like, "Okay, we just gotta wait for the right time," and yeah. So I'll have some stuff out by the time this airs. Go check those out.
Definitely, we'll check it out, man. Definitely. So next, art school, right?
Yeah.
So us being DJs, fashion, it kind of goes, back and forth. Fashion, swagged out all day.
I try. Balling on a budget over
Balling on a budget, man. So fashion, how do you see that playing into the DJ world?
I mean, like it's at the forefront.
Okay.
Like we're talking like it's all about the kicks. It's all about like because with house music it starts with dancing.
Yeah.
And if you're dancing, you wear some comfortable, cool looking kicks.
Definitely,
likely.
Definitely.
You wearing and you're steezed out, like whatever your steez is. If it's some hippie stuff, it's some hippie stuff. If it's some GQ shit, it's some GQ shit. If it's some all black techno stuff, it's all black techno. But like even if it's all black techno and nobody can see the labels, you know those labels are there.
Fire.
Okay? Like we all know it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I did through college I was managing different retail stores and stuff. So I was definitely balling on a budget at that point.
Definitely.
And I'm still like climbing through the sales racks, finding some sick stuff.
You find some gems in there, bro.
Oh yeah. But I mean I think it's at the forefront.
Yeah.
Like you can't not put house music or EDM or whatever. Like even the EDM kids. Like don't get me wrong, I was there before EDM kids. Your style will grow. It's okay. All right. But even they got style. Like they do what they do. Like and that's at the forefront of what they do. Like these girls, they spend hours before they go to the hours of show that they're gonna watch that night, just getting ready.
Yeah.
So I mean I really feel it's at the forefront, and I think it's dope that it's at the forefront. Like hip hop made clothing dope, and now you got house music that is a branch off and is just like, everybody is doing their own thing and everybody's making their own look, but everybody's looking good.
Gotta look good, man. You look good, you play good. That's what I was taught, man.
I mean,
and put on clean draws too. Gotta put on clean draws.
Hey, you never know what's gonna happen later. All right, whether you're ending up at Hong Kong's or some girl's house.
We won't cut that out. You know how Hong Kongs are. Anyways, so we'll get back to the music because you talk crazy right now. Music, house music. Where do you see the trends going right now? Because like when we first started DJing, listening to house music, it was more of the EDM type deal, and then it went more mainstream. And now I feel as though, and don't get me wrong, I love playing tech house, but I would rather play regular house music. You know what I mean? So I feel as though right now that tech house is almost at its peak right now. Kind of like EDM was, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Just kind of explain, how do you see trends going right now in the whole house music scene? Because it all falls under house music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I joke around a lot with my friends, and I make fun of tech house, but I got tech house in my library.
Yeah.
Like, cause you got to have everything to play every moment, every minute. Definitely. And while it might not be the same tech house you got in your library, that's okay, because that's your thing, your steez, whatever you want to call it, and this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Where I see it going is back to where like Cascade started, back to where these fools were at before the EDM scene hit. It's going back to deep house.
Okay.
I have a feeling like you're saying tech house is at its peak or cresting down right now, and it was a good ride. Like, I mean, that wave was tight. Like, there was a lot of good music in that wave.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing lo-fi come out.
Yeah.
You're seeing more deep house come out. You're seeing labels on top of labels on top of labels starting that go after crazy left field stuff and that go after really raw disco stuff like Toy Tonics and like it's going back, I feel like, to like where it all started.
Okay.
I think that like people, especially our age,
Mm-hmm.
like we're now in our 30s, where it was fun to go out and just rage our face off 4 nights a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are 4 nights in a weekend, people.
It is.
There are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. And like it's going back.
Yeah.
And it's tight because like I even hear it with some of the young dudes in town. Like I'll go out and listen and I'll be like, oh, I don't know this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's known for playing tech and he's opening up. And while maybe he doesn't play a whole house set, the first 15 or 20 minutes, he plays a couple house tracks. And I think that's indicative of the time.
Okay.
Because there's so many good house tracks out right now. You got
There
so
is.
many dope house labels.
There is.
It's too hard to keep track of all the labels.
Definitely. So, production-wise, where are some of your inspirations coming? Where you guys sounds coming from? Or is it going more the lo-fi? Is it going housey? Is it going overseas?
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of my stuff right now is definitely stemming from lo-fi. Like
Okay.
I dig Black Loops, Carlo, who else? Anybody on Toy Tonics right now, even if it's that like more crazy disco stuff.
Okay.
Like it doesn't even have to be that super housey. Just those samples on Toy Tonics are dope.
So explain to the people that may not know what lo-fi house is.
Okay.
It's not a well-known type of music.
It's definitely not that household name right now.
Yeah.
So lo-fi is the same as when you see lo-fi hip hop. It's you're taking out your highs a little bit.
Okay.
You're cramming them all down, and you're just leaving extra room to make like this really thick bass line.
Okay.
And it's usually sample based, like most of these lo-fi hip hop tracks are.
Yep.
It like that's one of the things in the last like 2 years that have really gotten me going. Like some other stuff that inspires me is like going back to the heyday of like I used to sneak into the David Harnez Backyard Boogies back in the day in San Fran.
Okay.
And that was like soulful house and like true blue house music.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's some shit that still inspires me to this day. I love those like soulful house, those real like empowering lyrics for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess like the last thing is I listen to a lot of Rob Soul.
Okay.
Which is another label out there for those people who don't know. Go check out Rob Soul. The drums are always so tight.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's kind of where I'm pulling from. Like I like the samples from lo-fi and the drums from Rob Soul and like the nice harmonies and the nice vocals from the soulful stuff. And if I can make tracks that have those three elements, to me,
you're golden.
I'm happy.
Golden.
I'm happy.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like house music, man, because you can pull a little bit from every genre and make it a house track. You know what I mean? I've know people that rip interviews from like Joe Rogan and then make it like a house track.
Yeah. The track that's about to come out on Late Night Jackin, we took a Moody Man sample. It wasn't even him singing; it was him talking in an interview.
Okay.
And he talks about how, I don't want to give away the track, but like he's talking, he's doing his thing, and we chopped it up like something cool and threw it in there, and it was like, oh damn, that put the whole track together.
Fire,
it's
right?
crazy where you find the stuff, man.
Definitely.
I found samples off of YouTube that then I go buy the record and sample the record. I found stuff on random interviews on CNN that we've tried to use, like just anything and everything. Like you can find so much out there today. It's crazy. The internet is a big vast ocean. Like,
Definitely, bro. Well, man, I would like to say once again, thank you for coming. And I hope that inspiration that you just gave us right here, that inspires other people to do what they do in this house music scene. do you have anything to shout out or anything? Any upcoming events? I know this is going to come out later, but maybe the things you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, me and Miguel Rios will have some stuff out on Late Night Jackin by the time this airs. The Moody Grooves EP, that'll be out with Matthew Bryan on the remix.
Okay.
We'll have Plastik People with Mark Contrell on the remix. And we'll also have a Smashing Traxx out by that point in time. Go check out those EPs. Yeah.
It's good.
My name's PT.
There we go.
Look me up.
Definitely. Hey, put out your social medias too.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
Okay,
do that.
so I'm hard on this, and it's a little bit weird for me. So it's PETET.SVG on the Instagram.
There we go. The grams.
And the gram, don't be sliding into those DMs unless you know what's up. And I believe it's the same on Facebook.
Okay.
But yeah, I believe it's the same on Facebook. It should be PETET.SVG on Facebook too.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now we're going to move to the decks.
Peace.
get drunk to the funk. 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 Get 'em up, get wild, get drunk to the funk. 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 To the funk.
Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Looking on, my brother. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Making known this loving tone will never part the two of us. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Making known this loving tone will never part the two. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Making known this loving tone will never part the two of us. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Making known this loving tone will never part the two of us. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Loving tone will never part the two of us. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Making known this loving tone will never part the two of us. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Loving tone will never part. Making known the two. Making known the two. Making known the two. Making known the two. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is heaven sent. Reaching far to find a star, destiny is destiny is destiny is destiny is destiny is. Making known this loving tone will never part the two. Making known this loving tone will never part the two. Making known this loving tone will never part the two. Making known.
Don't you miss that back?
I never like really thought about it, and I'm just thinking of like how I was as a teenager. All I wanted to do was go to parties, and my mother would be like, "Oh, you gotta be back home at this time and everything and stuff." But I just had to be at the parties, even though I was too young to go to some parties, but I had to be there. And then it ended up with this.